All right, so welcome back. All right, so welcome back to the stream. Today, we're going to talk about brand music and designing sound with identity. So, this is going to start the series off with that. And so, some sounds they feel random, and some sounds they feel instantly recognizable. Today, I want to show you really why. Um, so that's because we have generic sounds and we have branded sounds. So the difference isn't so much complexity; it's really identity, having identity with your sounds. So brand music isn't advertising music; it's music that feels intentional, like it belongs to something. So I can reference a whole bunch of things, but one composer or producer you could say is Hans Zimmer. Um, he has cinematic identity when you think about him in in his like countless movies. Uh, yeah, when you think about that, when you hear certain sounds, you immediately feel the world that he creates and the personality in the story. So, yeah, brand music essentially, um, brand music is emotional consistency with your actual tracks. So today we're going to design a simple sound and reactor that feels like it could belong to a brand. Uh, Not a full track, uh, not complexity, just one intentional sonic identity that could belong to a track. So we're gonna build it out slowly. I'm gonna open up a patch and we're gonna start. So it's gonna look something like this, and I'm gonna open up a blank patch here. Well, not blank, but starting from the basics that I would use, and we're gonna make that bigger so you guys can see what I'm doing. And yeah, so we got a basic patch. Let me see if it works. Okay, so we're working. We're gonna do one oscillator, one filter, one envelope. Just a plain sound. The LFO is not working right now. It's plain sound. So it sounds plain, but right now the sound has no identity. So it's just one tone that we're hearing right now. Just one tone, just that tone right there. So is this a warm? Is this sound warm or is it cold? Um, is it aggressive or is it calm? Is it human or is it digital? So those are the questions we try to answer when we're designing our sounds. Then we adjust to taste. So I'm going to adjust that filter cutoff based on our questions. Is it warm or is it cold? Is it aggressive or is it calm? Is it human or is it digital? So I'm going to adjust my sound, make it a little bit more warm. So how are we gonna do that? Maybe more filter, a little more resonance. Turn the attack down. Increase the sustain. So we're making it a little bit warmer. Add a little saturation. So I'm gonna go ahead, add some saturation to the end. So these are the same tools I'm using each time, but it's how you look at them. Just like you have your Ableton or your DAW or your whatever DAW you use, Logic, Ableton, FL, Cubase. They all work on the same principles, but you design something different in them each time. So that's the same way we're designing sounds. Oh, it's a little loud. I'm gonna turn down my sustain. my release. I want my sustain to be less. Okay. So we're getting feedback. That's okay. Just gonna mute it. There we go. So we're getting some distortional feedback. Now it sounds a little bouncy. So every brand sound answers a personality question. So sound design is psychology. It's not just engineering. It's a little bit of psychology and knowing what sounds people like. So we're going to introduce a little subtle LFO, a little motion. And the sound isn't done by any means. It's just pretty much getting started. So we add in our LFO. Turn it up. And I'm going to take off some of this frequency, some of this resonance. Increase the attack. Open the filter a little bit. Turn up the volume. Bring it down an octave. Let's see the volume there. It's at 0. So we're getting a really deep bass sound because we had some resonance. Get like earth shaking sounds. So that's an identity, like something you would see in a movie. So we can actually record that. We hit record. Just hit our key. So we should have got something. Let's see. There we go. So it sounds like more like an earth rumbling sound. So essentially movement makes things feel alive, and it makes everything feel alive but controlled. So movement makes things feel alive, but controlled movement makes them feel intentional. So that's the purpose of kind of showing you this sound right here, because I added some intentional movement here to show you like we can make a low rumble sound, something like earth shaking sounds. And when we add rhythm and complexity, things become musical. So memorable beats beat complex beats every time. And brand sounds aren't usually long melodies. They're short ideas that people just recognize. So short ideas that people recognize plus not complex equals something that's hooky and something that people want to hear. So So when it comes to production, we can put that in context. Most producers chase new sounds. Brands, brand thinking asks, can people recognize this tomorrow? Can they hear it again and be like, hey, I know where that came from? And identity comes from repeating those decisions over and over and over again. So the brand plus identity tying to each other with consistency and something that people recognize. And that's how you create that brand identity over time. This is just a simple example of that. Very, very short and very, very simple. But hopefully you understand more about sound design and how to incorporate it into your productions, whether you're trying to make a signature track or signature sound. And if you want to actually understand sound design, not just copy presets, I made a 4-part mini course. Links in the bio. I'll see you in the next live stream. But tomorrow we'll go deeper and design is maybe a sonic personality and see how sound communicates with emotion before you even write music. So I'll see you tomorrow, next live stream. Peace out. Keep sound designing.